Gravy, baby.
And that's a joke on a joke on a joke.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I die. I hope they drop the bomb.
What's up, my little? So we start with that.
Yeah.
What's up, my little gravy babies, my little biscuit bitches, ladles, boats, all the assorted gravy accoutrement.
I've had gravy multiple times this weekend,
Mm-hmm.
and it gave me the shits.
Wait, different kinds of gravy or all the same kind?
Multiple different kinds.
You know what? I love a pan gravy. You know, one that you're just like, you know what? If I throw a little flour in here, this might be delicious. You know, just kind of like an accidental, like a spontaneous gravy. Little pan sauce, I mean, that's all it is.
I'm
a pan
not
sauce
trying
plus.
to be an ass.
Oh, okay.
What other gravy is there?
I just meant like, you know, if you make like a pork chop or something, and then there's like a nice little pan sauce, if you throw a little flour in there and makes it kind of like a roux, and you get kind of like a little bit like a little gravy.
Yeah, I'm saying what else? Like, I'm not being an asshole. Is there another way to make gravy?
I just meant one that you weren't planning on making. Like when you go to make gravy, there is a several step process. This is just like, I just fried a pork chop. Now I'm going to use the remains of it and just make it gravy right now.
When I go to make gravy, I have to make a meat and use the remains of it.
Oh.
And I'm asking you to tell me now what's the other way. I don't know. Like broth, I've added broth to gravies, I guess.
Sure. I mean, I'm no culinary expert. I'm just saying a gravy you didn't mean to make, but then you're like, you know what? This pan sauce thick. You know what I'm saying? Producer Mark knows what I'm talking about. This pan sauce a little thick.
I know exactly what you're saying in terms of spontaneous versus planned. It's just that when I plan it, I have to do the steps of cooking meat because I guess broth, other than broth, I got nothing. But Italian is called sauce gravy, right?
Yes, I'm definitely not talking about that. I wouldn't call it that gravy for this particular context because that's harder to do. It's harder to make a spontaneous tomato sauce.
Right. But I feel like we're still not understanding each other, Carmen. Because I understand the difference between spontaneous and planned gravy.
Yeah.
But you seem to be implying that there's a way to make it without cooking meat first and having the sauce left.
You can make like an onion gravy. That's not necessarily, you don't necessarily need meat for that. I mean, there are.
Onions and oil? Is that what you start with?
Mm-hmm. Cook it down, cook it down. And then when it's almost a mush, then you add the thing, and, you know, and then you get it all, mix it all up.
One time, you just reminded me, one time I made mushroom gravy for a pork chop thing, and our buddy Ben was there, and he's a vegetarian, and we were like, no conversation was had. It's just like, we were like, oh, we're having pork chops, we're having potatoes, we're having corn, we're having mushroom gravy, and he was putting the gravy all over everything, and then at one point, somebody was like, Bennett, so you eat like meat gravy? And he goes, oh, no, this is mushroom gravy, and I was like, yeah, but I put meat juice in it. Is that not?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was like, I wasn't trying to trick you, dog. That's how I make.
It's just
gravy.
how I always make gravy. Yeah. No, I get it. That's how you make gravy. It's just one of the steps. It's always on the recipe. Man, I tell you what, I cannot follow a fucking recipe to save my life without adding 5 to 7 cloves of garlic. I cannot do it. Anytime there's garlic in a recipe, I'm like, they didn't put enough. I like to blame the Italian side of me, but
I'm good on the garlic usually, but I don't ever follow a recipe exactly ever, not a single time in my life.
We were doing like a meal plan for a little bit where they give you the shit to cook, and there has yet to be a recipe that I don't doctor up and go, oh, this don't have enough shit in it. You got to put a little bit of this and I'll put a little bit of that in it.
One of my signature moves back when Andy and I were living in New York and didn't have much money, and we were eating a lot of frozen pizza. But you spend an extra $3 on cheap vegetables.
Yeah.
You could doctor up the shit out of a frozen pizza.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah, I'm on board. I'm on board for that. Because usually their sauce isn't spiced enough, so I already got to go ham on the spices. And sometimes it's like sweet, so I definitely need something to counteract that. And then of course, yeah, make your own veggie toss on the top.
Vegetas. Is that what you said?
Yeah. Just trying to make up my own words. Vegetatas.
Yeah. Vegetatas. That sounds like a bad catchphrase from like a vegetarian comedian.
DJ, what's your favorite way to doctor up a thing that really didn't need to be doctored up, but then you had to doctor it up anyways?
The pizza's good. I mean, anything can get judged, you know what I'm saying? Fucking noodles, even though noodles, like ramen, type of ramen is good by itself. There are
Oh,
so many
yeah.
different ways you can fucking complete that and turn that into a real spectacle.
You can
know
turn
what I
a
mean? Like,
25-cent pack of noodles into a $15 bowl with all the shit you put in it. Yeah.
I like to put handicap hot fries in
Ooh.
mine, like a real fucking like that. Or the sometimes I like to put a little bit of those or you just put chicken and all that stuff. It's good. It's the thing I probably judge up the most.
Soft-boiled egg.
Oh yeah,
soft-boiled
egg. That definitely elevates the dish. There's this shit I found that's called crunchy garlic. I don't know if you guys fucked with crunchy garlic. It's like almost like not quite a chili crisp. It's not quite that spicy, but it's garlic and with like chili oil and then crushed almonds in it. And I put that on top of any kind of noodle dish whatsoever. Big fan. I could not recommend it enough.
Do you think they have one with peanuts?
No.
Because that'd be so good in any kind of Thai, Asian type situation.
I mean, I've put it on Thai food. It's good on, it's gone across the board. I put it on Thai food, Chinese food, Japanese food. It's gone good on everything.
Shout out garlic, onion, salt, pepper. It goes with every culinary school.
Yep. Oh, so delicious.
You can't do garlic on dessert, I guess.
Oh, maybe you could do black garlic. I mean, you'd have to get weird. It would have to get, yeah, that would have to be like that would be hard to throw together, but
I
it's
guess
possible.
onion too would also be hard in a dessert.
Yeah.
I'm going to try, this is how old I am. I'm just trying desserts. I'm going to make a watermelon cheesecake. I thought of it stoned one time like a decade ago, and
wow,
I can't let it go. I got to figure it out.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a hard sell, only because like water, the juice is so thin. It's hard for it it's hard for the cream to take, but I'm on board for this journey. I'm signed up. I'm subscribed.
I don't know if I could get it hard. Somebody clip that. And but you know what? A nice goopy, I'll put extra, if it's goopy, if I can't get it to hard, I'll put extra crust on top. We'll call it something else.
Man, Cookout's got a watermelon milkshake right now.
Ooh, yeah.
That ain't no bullshit.
That's basically what you're going to end up making if it don't congeal. You're going to have a watermelon milkshake, baby. There's nothing wrong.
It's fucking good, too.
You're not wrong. Tell you what I'll do. If it won't congeal, I'll have vanilla ice cream or gelato in the weight, and I'll mix them together and maybe just make a milkshake.
There you go.
With a little bit of the crust crumbled in. I like chunks in my milkshake.
Man, I'm pretty sure because they do like some sort of apple pie milkshake. I think they just put a piece of fucking apple pie in the blender with the ice cream. Like, they're nuts at the cookout.
I hope that's what they're doing. If they're doing anything else, they're idiots. I mean, unless something else is cheaper or easier, it's like, yeah, you don't need to figure it out, dude.
You're right.
Put it in the blender.
Just throw it in the blender, man. Just throw it in the blender. So tell me, gentlemen.
I'm thinking of the blender song. What?
What's the blender song?
You know that Eve 6 song that gets stuck in your head if anybody sings it? I don't remember what it's called.
Yeah. I would swallow my pride. I would choke on the
I would choke
rise,
on
but
it.
the actor of me empty is. Even my mom knows the lyrics to that song. Me and my aunt used to torture her when we worked together. Wanna put my tender heart in a blender, watch it spin round to a beautiful oblivion. Rendezvous, then I'm through with you. I mean, I can do the whole song, but I'm not gonna. Yeah.
Burn, burn like a wicked cat.
How embarrassing! What a fun song.
Yeah, dude, that guy's fun on Twitter, or he was. I haven't been on Twitter in years. It still feels like 2016-ish to me.
Yeah. Brian Vokey, a friend of ours, used to that he was in a band called Neon Piss, and that band opened for Eve 6 one time, and they closed their set by playing that song, and the band got so fucking mad. You're like, you think you're the only band to fucking do that? Everybody fucking does that to us. He was so upset.
That's what they were mad about, is how unoriginal it was.
Yes, they were mad.
Yeah, you didn't ruin it for the fans, but also, come on, guys.
Yeah, everybody does that, you fucking dick.
Was that guy, not Vokey, was Max, or whatever that dude's name is, do you know, was he sober yet when they did that?
Oh, I don't know. I doubt it.
My understanding
This
is
is
his
years
stories
ago.
of those were like, he was the worst person in the world, and then he got sober, and now he's like kind of rad. I don't know, though. I don't know him.
I don't know either.
Liquid Death.
Oh, don't promote that. Trash.
When Solid Death is So Andy has a pretty strong Topo Chico addiction. He says it's more carbonated than the other sparkling waters.
Oh yeah, it's got way more bubbles. That's why I don't like it. It's too carbonated for me.
Hard to find a lot of times. So we find ourselves just in a rotation of the other sparkling waters. And this is so unfortunate for me, because I really, 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 truly hate their marketing. I'm fond of this one.
You know,
it's not bad.
Did we already talk about this? Do you know who owns it, right?
We did not talk about it. Is this about to be the whole thing for me?
No, it's comedy centric.
My last one.
Do you remember the Funny Bone in Omaha, Nebraska? It was run by a woman named Colleen. She's good friends.
I have met Colleen, but I don't know her.
She's good friends with Dan Whitney, aka Larry the Cable Guy.
Okay.
Because his farm is out there. Her son is who started Liquid Death, and it's the reason. And Colleen is the reason, because she asked every big comic that used to work the Funny Bone to push it. And that's why it's so now, like, for instance, a comic the other day was like, can I have your address? I want to send you free Liquid Death. And I was like, no, thanks. I'm good.
Why don't you want it? You don't like Colleen?
No, she's fine. She, I guess it doesn't matter.
She's with Larry the Cable Guy. That's
No.
a red flag.
It was more that I performed there, and then she asked me to do a job because it was like I was working with Josh Wolf at the time, and he had an audition or some shit. He had to leave early while he was there.
I know this story.
Yeah. And then she didn't pay me for the job, and then anytime somebody tried to bring me there, she would go, "Oh, she's too dirty." When the act that was asking me to go was incredible. It was just bullshit. And it was just like, "Oh,
she lowballed you, then she blackballed you, and then you said she's fine." No, she's well, whatever.
I'm just saying. So I just have no reason to promote her son's product. Dude. Yeah. So yeah.
I'll stop drinking it.
No, drink. That's what I'm saying. It's incredible that one lady asking a bunch of people for favors made her son's company, because they would not be that without the Fully Loaded tour and all that other shit. So there's a little inside baseball drama for the fans. If you ever wanted to know, now you know.
Well,
nepotism at its weirdest. There you go.
Oh yeah. Most unexpected, perhaps.
Yes, yeah. From Omaha, Nebraska, I didn't think that was a thing.
I'm gonna call her and shit on you, and
do it, and then see if you can get her to tell me.
And then I want her to call those people and tell them to, give me a career. It's very funny of her to use her. I know this is your point. Her comedy connections for
Yeah.
Liquid Death. I just think that the advertising is like, for lack of a better word, juvenile. It's like to try to look like beer or something.
I guess. I think it was supposed to be more, less plastic, that type of thing.
But it was also, it's like tough. It's like not,
Yeah.
I know it's pussy to drink water, not our water. And that's just find that so dumb.
Yeah.
But then Andy brought it home and I was like, this is the best one that we've tried.
Yeah, the sparkling ones. Yeah, they branched out. I mean, listen, the kid knows what he's doing. Thanks, Mom.
Stealing water and selling it back to us. What a guy.
Yep.
Well, he's putting bubbles in it.
Sometimes. The other one is mountain water, which has no bubbles in it. But yeah, I mean,
I don't buy none of that.
to be fair,
Yeah,
DJ, some places don't have fucking drinkable water. So it is better for them to buy it than it is for them to fucking. But we don't got to talk about Flint. I get it. Speaking of good news, you guys got anything that's gravy?
Crickets. My nephew, this happened this morning. My nephew went to like a local political, I don't know if it's called a rally or a fundraiser.
Mm-hmm.
It was for a Democrat, and this guy happens to be gay. And Jake was telling me all about this. He was like, I went to Lily Pad.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually 21 plus. He's like 20 or 19, so it's like he's never been to a bar. He was like all excited to tell me all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He's telling me in front of my mom, and my mom's like, is that the guy that got death threats? I swear there's going to be some gravy at the end of this. And this guy happens to be gay, and I guess he's been getting death threats because of like a pride event he was involved in one county over. It was like all this nightmare stuff. And my Aunt Cindy was there, and I can't remember exactly what she expressed. My Aunt Cindy's not like, she doesn't care about politics one way or the other. I mean, she does. Anyway, she wasn't trying to like express disdain. I think she was like genuinely surprised to find out Jake went to a Democrat rally.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jake goes, and this is like a very popular meme from like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, if you go far enough left, you get your guns back.
Oh my God.
And then it's like an internet thing of like, hey, if you're worried about giving up your guns, don't be a Democrat, be a leftist. Because fuck the government, we got guns. Well, so he said that because I think my aunt was shocked because she knows Jake's like super into guns. Like he has an AR-15. And when he said that, my mom and my aunt literally started cackling.
Because they
genuine, deep, not ironic, not laughing at him. They thought that was the coolest thing in the world. And I was like, maybe memes are the way to get people's minds to open up a little bit. It was so funny to me that they were like, this dude got death threats. And none of them were like, maybe that's why Jake supports him, because that's a shitty thing. But then they were like, oh, you can be a leftist and have a gun. I didn't know that. That's hilarious. How cool. And, man, I left right after that just being like, man,
hopeful.
That's what I should have been doing the whole time, was sending a meme.
Yeah, dude, if you can get a minion to say it, you can sway a boomer.
Then Andy was talking about that the other day. Everybody was posting that. There's a big kerfuffle because in the Olympic opening ceremony, some drag queens recreated a scene out of Greek mythology called Bacchanal, which is what a lot of festivals are sort of based on. It looks similar to The Last Supper because The Last Supper painting was based on anyway. Andy saw all that, and everyone she saw, a lot of them ended up taken down because people found out it wasn't really about The Last Supper. Andy was just posting minion memes of minions on the cross. Be like, none of this is sacred to y'all. Shut up. She did it like she was showing me. She's like, look what I'm doing. It's really doing it for me. I was like, I can't argue with nobody on Facebook ever again. But bless your heart.
No, and we have reached the very bottom of the culture war fucking barrel. The goddamn discourse. It's just so bad. It's sad, dude. It's sad. Like, it's like, man, when I saw that, dude, it's just like, man, these people are so ignorant. Like, they don't even understand like how uneducated and just like they've only got one mode all the time, and that's be angry. Like they don't know why, and it's just sad. It's just sad. Anyway,
Yeah, that's my mom, and I'm kidding. Almost. What's funny is almost none of that describes her, and she took it down after she found out. We didn't have a conversation about this. I went back and looked, and she had taken it down.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you're onto something, DJ, in terms of it's fear. I mean, it is angry, but it's like fear. That's the mode they're all in.
Yeah, it's all in process.
And I heard somebody said. I saw this statement and I literally wanted to fucking cry because someone said, and this is how downhill America has gotten. Like, about them in Paris. It was insane.
Whole country's going to shit.
Yeah, America's just thought, like, what are you talking about?
It's some dude
in the talking about. You know what it's so bad, dude. It's so bad.
It's some dude in Clay County, Tennessee. Well, hell, man, I didn't know there was a Paris in France. I thought they stole it ours.
Yeah, dude.
Well, the next Olympics is going to be in Los Angeles, which I think is going to be a little bit of a nightmare. Yeah.
It's all a nightmare. It's so bad.
Wait, do you guys know?
Bad. It's bad for the cities. It's bad for the people who are there. It's bad for carbon, all the fucking planes and the fucking crazy. It's just the whole thing. I can sit here and rant and rave just about.
So you don't like the Olympics, is what you're saying?
It's terrible. They're actually very, very, very bad. And obviously, like the rules. And, oh God, don't even get me started. I'm glad people have. I feel about the Olympics.
I'll play devil's advocate.
Well, I like the Olympics, so that's why I'm curious. Why do you hate the Olympics?
I mean, I definitely think there's validity.
No, so do I. Of course, any big event.
And it seems like often in cities, like all these private companies just make a bunch of money, sort of getting them prepared, but they don't. Like it could be genuinely decent for a city where it's like, all right, we're gonna get all these things. Let's actually put in enough subways.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make sure that we have the things we need when all these.
I mean, that is what's happened over the years. Is a lot of times places get upgraded because the fucking Olympics are going there.
That has not been a sustainable thing for the last few Olympics.
The last Olympics, like they cost the cities they lose costs a huge amount of money, and all they really even do is just go in there and sweep all the homeless out and you know what I'm saying?
For the record, I'm okay with the city losing money if they're getting some things that they're not in return.
Yeah,
well, we saw in South Africa. Oh, sorry, DJ, go ahead.
You can invest that money into your fucking roads, man.
Well, they're supposed to. That's kind of my point.
That's what I'm saying. It's supposed to go into infrastructure for them to be able to handle the event.
It doesn't.
So what we saw in South Africa and Greece specifically, I don't know about other places, but I know that like those are two prime examples of companies taking a bunch of money to do a thing.
Mm-hmm.
They do the thing half-ass in a way that won't last, and then you can sue them or whatever after, but like it's kind of too late.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Olympics have had, and then if they file for bankruptcy, then suing them, what's that worth? Or if they're not a Greek company, it's like if they're not a South African company, what could you even possibly actually do to them? So it's really, we're talking about corruption. I'll just give some pushback of like, especially I always get pushback on this notion of the effects on the environment.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why is, to me, we are such a consumer-driven culture in the East and West that is constantly throwing carbon dioxide into the atmosphere every day just so we can have plastic water bottles or headphones. And it's like, I'm not saying the Olympics aren't bad for the environment. I'm not saying that any sort of thing like that isn't bad for the environment. I just hate when the environmental movement, I hate when they harp on things. They're like, kill your yard. And it's like, okay, you can get rid of yards and that would be helpful. But like, you're not going to win anyone over saying, let me tell you guys what's bad. the Olympics, the parties y'all are having, and your yard. It's like, no, let's murder. Let's murder the oil execs. Let's start.
I know I agree with that. I agree, of course. Of course, I agree with that.
Yeah.
But I guess what I'm saying is like all this that they put into it, and they put, money. People put like the Olympic flame isn't even a flame because it's supposed to be eco-friendly. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's just like a. I forgot what they said. It was something like a helium blue type thing. I don't know what it is. It's not even a real flame, because it's supposed to be more eco-friendly. And it's like, dog, like, what are you talking about? Like, the whole thing's bad. The water's like, what the fuck? And that's just one small. I mean, there's a ton of the thing that they like. They use it for politics, and they use it for weird political reasons, and it's a fucking.
But they made all the beds cardboard, DJ. They're helping.
I'm just saying, man, it's all.
They made them real and gave them.
I feel about the Olympics the same way I feel about, like, I don't know, like Deadpool and fucking Jelly Roll and goddamn fucking, I'm glad you guys have them. I'm glad you guys. I just think passionate about it, but I think that they're bad.
I just think that focusing on the admittedly bad parts of human celebrations and that aspect of culture, and this goes back to the yard thing, which is not celebration, but it's like, I get it, yards are bad, but like, I mean, when you come out with kill your yard, don't enjoy your yard, I'm like, bro, that's where all the dads is hiding.
Yeah.
It's the only thing they got. You're not winning, and I just have to. I
don't think people
I
like
just,
killing
I
your
just
yard.
gotta say, like, yeah, we can talk about that, but the broader point I'm making is, I strongly feel we've got to do a better job if we're trying to actually like do better in the world, not focusing on the things people just want to use to have a good time, especially when those things pale in comparison to the whole damn structure and system. Like,
no shit. Look, you just asked me a question. I told you my opinion of them. I'm not out here on a committee, dog.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I wasn't.
But even when you were a kid, you had like, I get all the reasons. But even when you were a kid, you didn't like think I remember when I was a child, like the idea that a sporting event could stop a war was like pretty.
I ain't doing a good job with that.
But I'm just saying, people would drop arms to go run faster. Exactly.
Well, I didn't mean that. I wasn't trying to direct that at you specifically, DJ. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, it's fine. I mean, I don't feel that passionately about it. I am just like.
Yeah, over the years, I care less and less. Obviously, that for all of us to just sit here and agree, that's boring. But also,
I do hope South Sudan beats our basketball team.
Oh yeah.
And I really like the American basketball players, most of them. Like, I'm fans of them as players, and so I enjoy watching it. But if the South Sudan, war-torn, just like everything you want in terms of underdog stories, and they almost beat us in the qualifying. We beat them by 1 on our last second shot. That will get me going if they beat us. That'll be. And by the way, for the record, it's also going to get the whole world going, because there's nothing the world likes better than for us to lose something we're supposed to win.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, especially like what was that? What was event? It was like something equestrian, and it was like us against China or something like that. And they're like, "Who knew?" Like, even the commentators were like, "Who knew China?" And I was like, "You think we're the only ones that got horses, motherfucker?" Yeah.
It's funny.
But it is funny where they make like, it's like thinly veiled. I don't know, worldly ignorance, where like they just didn't think a country was into a thing.
Oh, they were all waiting on the other one to make a "don't they eat horses" joke.
I've never heard him be that bad, but yeah. But it is like a they clearly have never visited anywhere else type of commentary.
Oh. Well, I'll tell you what.
Well, I guess
there's no
that would ruin
conditioning.
my follow-up question is whether you like Summer Olympics or Winter Olympics better. But,
Well, I can answer because I do be watching them. I love Olympic basketball.
yeah.
I love the way it's played. Although I hate how much the international game is affecting the NBA. That's a whole side podcast. The thing about the
Negatively?
Winter Olympics that I always loved is I don't know what's going on or how they're doing that. Like the first time I saw one of them dudes launch,
Oh, on the skis?
you know, like the ski long jump.
Yeah.
I remember I was like, hey, I literally stood up off the couch and then hid my eyes. I thought we were watching a man die. I thought something had gone horribly wrong. It still blows my mind. The physics of that is nuts to me.
Sure.
The transfer of forward, what is happening with their knees?
Yeah, why do they have to keep their legs straight? I always thought you were supposed to bend your knees if you jump. But they keep them so straight and then I guess bend them right before they land? I don't know.
How is it not every landing? How is it not an injury?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. What?
The half pipe?
Producer Mark's giving me a cunty look. What's your problem, dude? You want to defend it? Write it on the
He's
board
from
so I can
New
read
Hampshire. He wants to tell us we're stupid because men are supposed to be able to fly.
it. He's
What are you idiots don't know about how to fly?
you. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I've seen it happen now a few times, Mark. So I know that it's not insane that they're not getting hurt. But it's a crazy thing to see for the first time.
Yeah,
It
it's
should hurt
wild.
them.
I remember when I was a kid, I saw the bobsledding thing where I was like, you guys just ride on a bullet basically with little fins on the bottom. Like it was insane to me.
That's another thing I like about the Winter Olympics. They all look like something I would have tried once at like 13.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like somebody who made a sports out of some after somebody watched Tron. Then they're like, oh, dude, what if we did that but on the ice?
Dude, the half pipe, if I'd never seen a half pipe and you got me semi-comfortable on a snowboard at 13 and then showed me one, I'd be like, all right, I'm going to try it. And I would have gotten hurt bad. But, like, there's something, you know what it is? I'm just realizing what it is. There's something very white about the Winter Olympics where you just kind of go, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Did y'all see? They really did make cardboard beds for them in Olympic Village.
So they wouldn't fuck on them?
No. This is the first year.
And there's no air conditioning in Paris. Also, they had to like put in. Oh, dude, don't get me started.
I hear a remake coming on of the Jay-Z Kanye song "Air Conditioners in Paris." That would be.
They're on cardboard beds to be more eco-friendly, and they're also this is the first year that they're allowed to fuck. Like it's sanctioned by the Olympic Committee. They're allowed to fuck.
Man,
and
they
then
made it worse.
They did, and now they gave them 30,000 condoms. They supplied them with 30,000 condoms.
Even when it wasn't sanctioned, I know they gave them condoms because there was a story I read about. This is the probably this is the last time I was proud to be an American. So the last Summer Olympics, I think it was the last one. Our rifle or air rifle team won gold on day 2. So their Olympics were over, and they had to leave the Olympic Village the next day. The captain of the team, in my head, with the gold medal around his neck and an American flag draped over his shoulders, paid off the maid to just not come back for a week because no one was moving into their area for 7 more days. And then he just started throwing the world's best parties every night. And what he was saying was like, I was the only one who overstayed my welcome. But every night I would have an athlete who had just got done competing that day and had one more night in the village. And every night I would party with people who hadn't partied in 4 years. And just got this massive weight off their psyche. And also most of them were like 24 and in the best shape of anyone else in the world. He was like, I'm not allowed to tell you what we did or what I saw. But let's just say in about 18 years, we're going to have some kids with dual citizenship who are incredible fucking And I just heard the American our anthem start playing.
And I'm proud to be an American, where at
They got
least
one
I
golden
know
partying
I'm
and
free.
guns. Pretty good. It's pretty good.
That is some American shit right there. Gold for guns and fuck parties, baby.
What do you think that guy's doing right now? You think he's doing something cool, or he's just like on Wall Street, blood sucking the lights out of our world?
I don't know. What do you do when you're not an Olympian? I mean, they focus so much of their life on that. Like, where do you go after?
I do think they're highly sought after by companies, for one, because they can put them on the front page and get the good PR out of it. And then also that type of hyper competitive and driven personality, if you can channel that, even half of it, into a career, like, they want you on their team.
Yeah. We'll teach you everything else.
That's why banks hire athletes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, to your point, DJ, there's no way it's good if fucking a pharmaceutical company is sponsoring it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. I understand. But when they're doing commercials for fucking Lily for it, get the fuck out of here. Like, I get it.
It's just so weird.
Yeah.
It's just so weird.
Well, I think it just also doesn't have the effect it once did, as far as like people being able to put a pin in this war so we could go throw discus or whatever it was.
You also got to be rich.
Fucking crazy, dude. It's crazy. It's just so, it's insane. And once again, the whole thing is very wild to me. Very, very, very wild.
Did you ever watch it when you were a kid?
No.
Never. Yeah.
I wanted to go to the Atlanta Olympics, and my mom wanted to go real bad too. I was so into the USA basketball team, and I'll never forget this. This is like a negative watershed moment for me. Mom and Dad thought about it because he was like, "It's too expensive. Like it was so much money to go." And my mom, in retrospect, had me like ask my dad, but she like coached me how to do it.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Time.
Your
like,
mom wanted to go.
Your
Your mom really wanted to go. She's like,
used me to guilt my dad or whatever. We still didn't go, but I did make my dad feel like a failure, so that was fun. And then there was a bomb. I feel like my dad was the only person happy about the bomb. He's like, "See, Nancy, I fucking told you."
Oh, there was a bomb or a bomb threat?
Well, there was a backpack removed. I think it had a bomb in it. Because they arrested the guy who found it, because they decided there's no way he caught the guy. He must have been the one who did it. That was all their evidence.
It's fucking crazy, dude.
That was their whole evidence.
In that man's life, dude. Oh my god. Yeah.
The media went with it too. They were like, "This dipshit couldn't have possibly just been on guard."
Wait. Hold on. Wait. When was this? How long ago are we talking about?
You know about the Atlanta bombing?
I don't remember.
Yeah, Richard Jewell.
94?
Richard Jewell, dude. Yeah, they ruined his life, dude. They ruined his life.
Yeah, Richard Jewell was Richard Jewell's name? What's the actor who played Richard?
Yeah, Richard Jewell.
Yeah, that totally is.
So he was a good Samaritan and his life got ruined because he saw a backpack and was like, "Dude, what the fuck is this?"
He worked there.
He
was a volunteer.
Didn't it blow up?
And I think it did.
Yeah, it totally blew up.
I think he worked there, Carmen,
It
but
did.
as a volunteer.
The security, like a
He
security
was like,
guard.
I think he might have, listen, this is partially based on the movie that they ended up making about him. I think he might have been a little autistic, and all he wanted was to be a cop, and he kept like failing exams, and like ended up like a mall security guy, and then like volunteered to work at the Olympics, not really as security, but he kept acting like security, so he's getting on everyone's nerves. I mean, you could see how the media and the detectives sort of spun, okay, this guy's jaded, you know what I mean? He wanted to be the hero his whole life, so he did all this, but there was no evidence that he did. Someone left a backpack, and this dude was a freaking Dudley Do-Right, and was like, "Whose backpack is this?"
So it was like a Paul Blart character, as producer Mark just said, and then Paul Blart got his life ruined because he was doing his due diligence as a as a good Samaritan. Well, that's the whole thing. Then I guess if you see something, don't say shit. If that story has taught us anything, if you see something,
I think it's taught us in history. There's been one good cop, and look what happened to him. So
then he died of a heart attack not too long after that. Y'all look at this. But there's this yellow finch, and it's eating seeds out of the sunflowers, dude, and it's red. It's like,
well, turn the camera around. Let us see it. Give us a
I don't
peek.
think you can see it. There's no way you can see it right now through all the sunflowers.
Damn.
Yeah. Sorry.
I love a little finch.
Well,
They're so cute.
Yeah, it's hanging upside down on its feet, and it's like, oh, yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah, 94, I think was the year of our big hurricane or something. So that might have been why I wasn't paying attention. If I remember correctly.
How old were you in 94? Was it 94 or 96?
I don't remember. 94. Producer Mark said 94.
I was 8.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good age to guilt your dad. 7. I guess I hadn't turned 8 yet.
Oh, yeah. You got the big doe eyes. Absolutely. You kidding me? Something you really want? Well, that was the only thing. That's why I remember it was 96. What? The Olympics was 96. Sorry. The Olympics was 96.
So I was 9. That's what I thought. I thought it was 96. Atlanta 96.
I forgot what I was going to say now. Yeah, I don't remember.
I think Snoop is a cool part. I like seeing the pictures of Snoop. I'm glad he's our guy.
Oh, yeah, of course. Man, I don't know who in his family is in debt, but he is saying yes to everything.
I think he's saying yes to smart stuff, though.
Bullshit. He's saying yes to everything. The bad snacks, the fucking
the bad snacks. You're talking about rap chips?
No, I'm not talking about rap chips. It was something else. But also, yes, rap chips. They're awful for you. If you guys want to talk about things that are bad.
Yeah, they're awful for you. They're not awful for his brand.
But it wasn't that. It was something else. He was doing something else. Oh, man, the motherfucker's
more famous.
Yeah, go ahead.
And more accessible than he's ever been.
Yeah.
And he hasn't been accused of selling out. It seems like he's nailing it, Carmen.
I'm just saying there's no reason for a dude who was basically in retirement and hadn't done anything in a few years to be doing every single thing he was asked to do. You know what I'm saying? It was like when Shaq stopped becoming a commentator and started doing general commercials, general insurance. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like somebody is in trouble with the IRS or something has got to be going on with his family or him, and that he's doing all of this shit all of a sudden. There was a Snoop resurgence that's happened. And I'm just saying, I think.
How much money do you think you're getting for that? How much money do you think you're getting for that?
For what, the Olympics?
Yeah, just to go around and be Snoop at the Olympics.
Not a whole lot.
Yeah, I don't know at the Olympics. I mean, but they have fucking Flavor Flav there. Flavor
Flav is there because he sponsored a whole team, which is sweet.
Yeah.
I think it's invaluable to him if he wants to make money as a salesman, which he clearly does as a spokesperson. It's invaluable for Snoop Dogg to be on camera.
Yeah.
He's more valuable to whatever next company wants to give him money to say he stopped smoking weed. Remember when he did that?
Yeah.
I mean, that was also for a bit. That was also to sell a product. It was the same thing. That's what I'm saying.
But what's the mystery?
Well, the mystery is the why. Because he's never been that guy. He's never been that guy. And then he became that guy.
Right.
Well, he was also Snoop Lion for a little bit. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
That's true. He was trying to rebrand and get more Caribbean with it.
Yeah. I think it's better because you think about it. He's got 3 choices.
Mm-hmm.
One is disappear from limelight, which I respect that the most.
Yeah.
The 2 is keep rapping and trying to be Snoop Dogg. That ain't going to work. 3 has become a lovable uncle. I think he's nailing it, Carp. Lovable uncles, sometimes they like products that don't make no sense.
Sure. I just think something happened. That's it. That's my conspiratorial thought on it, is when he was already going out to fade away from history. Now all of a sudden because it was sudden. There was several years where Snoop didn't do shit. And now all of a sudden he was like, for all of these weird products that never, he was like, he's basically doing fucking, what's it, the George Foreman thing. He's like going on QVC to sell fucking products. You know, I'm just saying, I think something happened and he's trying to build generational wealth. And so he's just doing this to make sure his family's taken care of, which again is admirable. I don't think it's bad. I just think something happened to make this happen. That's all.
I think it's very possible you're correct, but I think it's just as possible that he's addicted to being famous.
Sure.
He was trying to do these things the whole time, and it just finally started working because Martha Stewart likes it.
Yeah. It's a lot of it just seems like a money grab.
That was the main rebranding with the Martha Stewart collab was really the set off there. I mean, after that happened,
because then she was a criminal like him, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Only one of them had been in jail.
Yeah.
Only one of them had been to prison. I think Snoop did some jail time on the rape charge.
Oh yeah.
But he beat it.
Yeah.
Man, it's real hot here with no air conditioner. Let me tell you guys that right now.
Imagine how it is in Paris. Why do you think they're so stinky? Stinky pits.
That's definitely part of it, huh?
Whew. Yeah, when I was in Figueres, man, I could smell the difference. People that were from Spain and from France.
I
God
bet
damn.
their rugby team stank.
Phew.
I bet their rugby team smells like a mistake.
Yeah. I do think they should probably modernize. I guess they have some in some regard because their curling is in there. But the things that are decided to be a sport and which ones aren't, like we still throwing a shot put. Come on, man. You got to throw a pebble.
We had this argument at the problem, Carmen, you're right. But the problem is we don't have any new good ideas. Because we're like, all right, we'll get rid of these old dumb games. How about breakdancing? And it's like, that's not how do you make that into an Olympic competition? By the way,
I think skateboarding was a good addition.
Oh, yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I don't mind breakdancing. It's just I don't know how you judge it. I don't know how you
Dodgeball?
decide who gets gold.
Producer Mark said
Is
dodgeball.
an Olympic sport now?
No.
What?
Oh,
it could be.
It should be.
Totally. If ping pong can be, dodgeball can be.
But man, preach.
I think we could bring in foosball. Make foosball a situation. We could get comedian Kelsey Cook in the Olympic team.
All drinking games. Let's do flip cup, bro.
Yeah, man.
Because it'll only take the Australians about 5 years to just totally whoop our ass in that. Like, literally, they'll just need to see it twice and be like, all right, give us a year.
Yeah.
What about now Hobby Horse hasn't actually made it yet, has it? It's still
I don't think so.
What's Hobby Horse?
Hobby Horse is still occupying this space somewhere between a joke and a thing.
Wait, you talking about the ladies that trot around with the fake horse between their legs? Yeah. No, get the fuck out of here. No. We're not ruining a city for that. Come on, man. I mean,
I saw one the other day hurling, and it just looked like lacrosse.
Mm.
And I was looking at it, and I was like, were these fucking Europeans too good to play lacrosse?
Wait, also, sorry, I don't know anything about that, but you just brought something to my mind, and it's like, couldn't we do a lot of these Olympic events like via Zoom? Like, can we just do like, do we all have to be in the same place to shot a put a shot, or I don't know exactly which one is
throw a javelin, yeah.
Or like, yeah, it's not like the Olympics that has to be like the gymnastics has to be there. Like they don't all have to be there. They could, just hey, this did this, and I mean,
we cheat immediately though.
Yeah.
We would.
everybody who's not cheating.
Yeah, but it would be like bad cheating because it would, we got Hollywood, dude. We would just make the perfect gym routine.
Yeah, we would moon landing the Olympics, dude.
Yeah, I gotta go back to on this, and I'm strong disagreeing with you. I understand what you're saying, and it is very funny, but being there, dude, sex in the Olympic Village. That's the whole point, man. That's the only reason anyone learns how to do curling. You know what I mean?
They want to get shredded in fucking gymnast, man. Like, it's everybody's dream.
Everybody's dream, dude. I mean, not yours, DJ. We understand that, but let them have their dream.
I'm not again. Listen, I'm not against the Olympics. I just think it's bad in ways that lots of things that I don't have.
Right. I think
you know what I mean.
I think it's good, and we do it badly.
Yes.
I think wanting the world to get together and have sport and
okay, what I agree with.
Yeah, the idea of it I think is great.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's there. That's what I'm saying. It's like Jelly Roll and in Marvel movies, and you know what I'm saying?
Marvel movies suck. Maybe at first. Maybe like 1 year.
I'm glad that people have them. I'm glad that people have them.
Right.
Like I'm glad that people have this stuff for them and for the people who are involved. I'm sure it's an experience. And I'm grateful that people are able to come together, but it's bad. Just like everything else.
Yeah. I'm with you. And
it's just like rap chips. The Olympics are like rap chips. I'm glad people have them, but it's bad.
yeah. Exactly. And I'm glad for them. It's like, I'm glad that you have this thing. And I'm sure the idea is phenomenal, but you know what I'm saying, the execution very
well, it kind of reminds me, and this is like a hot topic in Olympic conversation of like amateurism. Like there was a time where you had to be an amateur, like so NBA players couldn't play in the Olympics until 1992. That's why that was called the Dream Team, because there was this idea of like, well, this is not about professionalism. Right. So then there's this idea people will say, well, DJ, a lot of your issues with it, professionalism is what's ruining it because of the money. We're bringing the money in and it's like, yeah, you're using the wrong ism when you talk about what's ruining.
Yeah.
Why do we have to have a drug company? And I get it because we're selling advertisements, and that's what's paying for all these cameras and why you can see it in high def 400 million miles away. I do get that. But, we're trying to make money off of everything. I mean, going back to the infrastructure point, Carmen, like a lot of the issues, it wasn't that these people weren't supposed to build things that the people of Greece and South Africa had for the next 20 years. They just didn't.
Right.
They just did a bad job because they can make more money using shitty materials.
Yep. And then there's like a lot of, what is that? What's that? Who's hitting something?
They are putting hardy board on my in-laws' house, and they're using one of those air hammer.
Yeah, I got you. Okay. For a second, I thought I was crazy. Okay. I just want to make sure y'all heard it too. But yeah, the air staple, air nail guns. I get it. Yeah, if they would just do the thing that they were supposed to and just do it right. I mean, every time we have these conversations, it all goes down to greed. It all goes down to greed that ruins it.
Yeah, and the politics of it, like you can't just like allow a rapist to join the party, but not allow the hijabs and stuff. And that stuff bothers me to no end. To like you're gonna let one country that you approve of in, and then I don't know, man. It's all westernized capitalism. Fucking, it's terrible. This just all makes you want to fucking just again, not against it in any type of way that is of you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't.
This
I guess
is a bleak episode.
what's the? I guess I just don't know what you're referring the rapist thing. What are you talking about?
Yeah, what is it? The guy is convicted of rape. He's like raped like a 12-year-old or something like that. Was convicted. Everything's a swimmer.
There's a swimmer from I want to say Holland, but I'm probably wrong, Carmen, who is a convicted, like not alleged, convicted rapist.
Yeah, totally.
And
convicted.
just
And
as
he's
one
competing?
example, yes, he's
Yeah, oh,
competing.
yeah.
And then just as one example, it was put out or whatever that if you just if as one example, you wore what's the scarf that people wear in support of Palestine?
Mhm.
If you wear that,
Oh, the kafia.
the kafia, thank you. If you wear a kafia, you're gonna get in trouble, or you might not get a run.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You can't do that. You can't regulate what people
You
wear for the
absolutely
country.
can do that.
Why?
Yeah, the Olympic Committee can absolutely do that because it's not. There's no freedom of speech in the Olympics. And you are probably thinking of all the times people have made big statements on the podium. That's because they already won. That's when you can do it. That's when you can get away with it. If you win gold, you can wrap a kafia around your fucking balls and walk up there and be like, "Yeah, do something." And I hope someone does.
Yeah. Holy shit. Yeah, that's
Yeah, it's all fucked up. Like that part of it, it's all political and weird, and like it's just so weird. It's just all that stuff makes it weird for me.
Yeah.
But I will. It's it's just one more thing that we'll do now, be mad at, whatever, and then 4 more years we'll be mad at that.
I don't know.
I just always thought about it
about that.
like a World's Fair where everybody like that was. I mean, again, it's this because it's all reverting back to my childhood. It was just like people from all over the world would come together. And so to me, as somebody telling you that you couldn't represent your country is the opposite of what the fucking Olympics is.
Yes, but it actually is what the Olympics is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, man, it's all wild. But I'm glad people have it and it makes them happy. And it's great. It's great. I think it's also good, like patriotism, being proud of the people of your country striving and having worked towards this certain goal and achieving this goal. That type of patriotism of not nationalism but patriotism and being for that's there's not a lot that we can really be proud of right now.
Well, that was the thing for me is I was like, the Olympics are the only context I can think of where it's like you're saying USA unironically.
Right.
And it's because Simone Biles fucking, after she was like, fuck you, I'm going to take care of myself. And now she's being a bad bitch. Like, that's incredible. Yeah.
That's incredible. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Like, what?
I gotta go. Okay. You guys please finish this conversation about Simone Biles, who I also enjoy very much. I was trying to find something about Kafias specifically. I may have misspoken. I can't find anything because when you type it in Google, like Kafia Olympics, all that comes up is that some double agent released a threat on the Olympics while wearing a kafia.
Oh yeah.
You could tell from the background that he wasn't a Palestinian. It was just somebody. Anyway, the world is a nightmare. Goodbye, everyone.
Yeah, dude. I will say that was like a story from this year that was pretty rad. Was Biles, because she got so much shit. She got so much shit for being like, fuck off, dude. Like, this is breaking me as a human being. I'm going to take care of myself. And then to be able to be like, see? See?
Yeah. It's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, man, for all sorts of reasons. Seeing the haters cry, seeing her achieve it and on a personal level, the inspiration there.
Yeah.
But like, yes, taking the time, yes, all that is fantastic. It's beyond
that taking care of your brain is worth the fucking time to do it.
Yeah. And it's worth all the hate you're gonna get.
That's great.
Yeah, it's great, man.
What were you gonna say?
No, it's just great.
Okay. All right, we'll wrap it up. I think we got about an hour anyway. So guys, thanks so much for listening. Also, I'm gonna be in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, August 9th and 10th. If you guys know anybody in Milwaukee, please tell them to come out and see me. It's gonna be a fun show. Pretty stoked about it. Already selling some tickies. And then I will CarmenMorales.com for all of your Carmen Morales needs with all the other dates. I'm going to Janesville, Wisconsin, and then in September I'm gonna be in what's it called? Seattle, Washington, and then also in Rochester, Minnesota, and St. Paul, Minnesota. So CarmenMorales.com to get any of those dates. And make sure you guys join the Patreon, patreon.com/gravybabypod. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next week.
You could stick a whole ribeye in one of your back pockets. Like,